Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing today? We will be coloring in Color in Heaven's Color Calendar 2021. I have some sheets here, so volume sheets here, so we can put them in there. I'm going to put some volume sheets behind this. So we're putting some volume sheets here, so that's why when we color, it won't go all over the other image. Hi, Andrea. We are coloring from the Color in Heaven 2020 calendar. This image happens to be the December image, since November was colored. I think last year we colored that. This is the 2020 calendar. I have not gotten the 2021 calendar, nor am I going to do it because I don't have a very good luck with coloring the calendars like I planned. So the month that I have chosen, because we have done the Hannah Lynn one for 2020 already, we are coloring December's image, which is by Adele Lorraine. Now, a lot of you may not know Adele Lorraine. Adele Lorraine is Meadow Haven. I figured it was lunch. She is she's known as Meadow Haven. She had a fantasy book, guys. Some of you may have seen some of the images colored on Belinda's channel.
Tell me where we are in this job. Maybe you shouldn't be here right now. Or you tell me where I should be.
She's basically known for this, guys. This artist is known for this book. So she's known for this. This is her only coloring book. She's known as Meadow Haven on Etsy. So I just want to show you guys this book. This was a Kickstarter book that she did a few years ago, Adele Lorraine. So she has this book, but now this book is a PDF. So if some of you are curious as to what she does images like this. So she does a lot of things like this. I just want to show you guys her some of the stuff that she does. So a lot of these images you can buy now on Etsy. But this is her only coloring book. If you guys were curious as to what she colors, I thought you guys would like to see that.
Allison and me were married. And they did not like sharing her. She said she was suicide. She was like a coward. That's afraid. Talk more about that. Suicide.
That's okay. We're coloring from the Color in Heaven calendar today. For 2020, this is December. I have not colored a whole lot of things in this. I colored with the first image in it, the January image in it. February I did. So I've done a few pictures in this book already, but not all of them. We did November last year when I got this calendar. And this is Sanguine. Yes, this is a fabric crystal. My mother's watching TV. My mother's watching Criminal. What are you watching? Oh, yes. My mother's watching Cold Case. On one of the, I think, Ion TV. My mother's watching that. It's not Thanksgiving yet, Shonda. I think that's Wednesday, right? Thanksgiving's Wednesday?
Prescription coverage, unlimited transportation, and home delivery additional costs. Plus, your zip code may have coverage with a give back benefit that adds money back to your Social Security.
Thank you. Thursday. Thanksgiving is Thursday.
Look, with the uncertainty of the virus and vaccine, you need to get everything you're entitled to. Millions of people have trusted the Medicare coverage helpline. You can too. Don't risk
So let's do the little brown wick here.
It's free.
Call 1-800-395-1900. That's 1-800.
And I have volume. Can you lower the TV? I might get a copyright strike about that. So, my mother's watching Cold Case, so. Sorry about that, guys. I don't want. So, thank you about that. My mother's watching that in the background. I hope I don't get one. So today we'll be using different ones. What is this one? So now we're going to be using Naples yellow. We're using our polychromos today. This is from Adele Lorraine. She does a lot of pretty things. Told my mother, thank you, Robin. I told my mother to lower it, so. So. Thank you, Robin, for telling me that. So now my mother lowered the volume. This is Naples yellow. Here's my little swordfish. We love our swordfish. Now, I thought this was a nice image. Even though it's a December image. Thank you. I told my mother to lower it. That way I hopefully won't get the strike. I don't want to get the strike. What color should we make her outfit? Thinking blue or pink. Thinking pink. And as you guys might have noticed, I put some volume paper in there. I have found that this paper is really, really good, guys. If you are like me and you press hard, and you know that sometimes when you press on your things that you sometimes leave residue on the other pictures that you've already colored, volume paper is a great way to protect them. So Pink Matter Lake Valium. It's a really good paper. When I'm using pencils, sometimes I find that I need that for the Erie books, and I also need that for. It's a really good volume paper. Hi, Janine. How are you? We're coloring from the Color in Heaven magazine. This is December's image, and this is by Adele Lorraine, who's also known as Meadowhaven. You may have seen her work in many other coloring channels. She's not as well known. I only know her because I happen to have bought her book when it was in the Kickstarter one. Her imagery is really nice. Oh no, what do you need to tell me, Kim? You didn't do anything crazy, did you? Oh, that's really nice. Lyras are nice, aren't they? Hmm. That's really a nice gift. And Magnese Violet. Yes, I'd like to know where she watches Yellowstone. I haven't been able to find it. I've heard that's a very good series. A lot of people like it. Little Brick. Oh, that must be nice to have DirecTV. But last night I was going through my Tamnet gel pens and they leaked all over my hand. They just exploded in my hand. Some of them, so I threw them out. I threw most of my I threw most of them out because I was like, I'm not dealing with this again. Um, yeah, I know. I watched the final season on Amazon. I watched the first 5 seasons of Good Witch on Netflix, which is an amazing series, guys. If you're looking for something that promotes really good values and good lessons to learn, that's a series I highly, highly recommend. It is a really good watch. It's really a nice show. Teaches very good values. I really have enjoyed this series. So I've done the glitter part of her. I really have enjoyed Good Wish. So if you want to see the color of gel pens, look how shiny they are. You guys really can't see how shiny they are, but they are shiny. This one will take a while to do, but it'll be nicely. Why don't I have a pale pink in this set? I know where I can get a nice pink. That's pale. Cherry Blossom. This comes from the Whole Mines. I actually, if you subscribe to the Peacock network is free. That's NBC's streaming service. It is a free service that they are offering right now. So you can probably get that. I'm thinking about watching the Saved by the Bell reboot. Since they've been advertising it. I don't put the ads. YouTube puts the ads. Miss Michelle. I know you were on Instagram today. I don't like live streaming on Instagram. Well, I don't really know how to do it on Instagram Live, so. And this is Peach. Let me get that thing where it's annoying. And then my governor was on today. Yes, my governor was on giving a press conference, so I had to watch him, of course, because it, you don't want to miss important information. So. No, I like to watch a lot of things. I originally was going to color in Sanctuary of Cute Animals, but I couldn't find it. I was like, where is it? Where is it? I need it. I need it. And the one reason why I'm not getting the new calendar is because I feel like I should complete the calendars I already have. Like, I still have to do the Kelly O'Gorman calendar from 2019. Well, last year. I can't remember what year that was, that calendar. I still have to finish that calendar. No, you guys know that I still have a lot of pictures left in that calendar to do. And then I've done a few of them in here, so I don't really feel like getting a third calendar without finishing at least one of the two calendars I have. Look, the color of gel pens, Miss Michelle. I love Instagram to a point. Mm-hmm. Lavender blue. Really? Do you like them? You know, I use it mostly for posting my finished pictures. That's what I use it primarily for. The boys' lawn cloth. Sky blue. Now, this picture doesn't look detailed from when you first do it, but it really is a lot. The shoe. You know, I mostly use it as a place to post my pictures. Nothing more than just the more extreme. Naples yellow. Apricot on top of it. Give it a nice little bloom. Even if we don't finish it, at least I know I will have started this picture. To me, it's very important that I start doing things. Oh my God, that's terrible. That you have to stay in your house for 14 days because, oh my God, I can't even imagine having that diagnosis. Are you feeling okay? Are you taking the precautions like they tell you to do? Small blue. Mm-hmm. I think this is called small blue. Well, some of these are Copics, some are, I mean, not Copics, Holbeins. I'm losing my mind today. This is called Rose Gray. Thank you. The one I'm using right now is Holbeins. We use some colored gel pens too. And we use some polychromos. I only have the pastel set of Holbeins. That's all I really wanted was those colors because those colors are really pretty. Oh, as far as Neatwood. My allergies have been going sky high lately. I don't know what it is. We were just told today by our governor that certain parts of Staten Island are now in orange zone, so they're going to be closing the non-essential businesses in Staten Island, like hair salons and things that are non-essential, because they don't want the infection rate to go back up, which makes sense. Well, here's the thing with alcohol markers. Sometimes I use pencils on top of my alcohol markers, especially if the skin is drying out. The idea is to vary up what you use so you don't get bored. And also try different pictures. I also like to try something a little bit challenging like this every once in a while. This is challenging because it's very detail oriented. In the box, everyone, I have the fine liners. Also, try to incorporate other things into your color and like watercolor, and which I don't really do all that much, but I've been meaning to try to do it again. At some point, I want to do it again. I love alcohol markers, don't get me wrong, but every once in a while we need to change up the formula from pencils to alcohol marker. Also, get pencils that you feel comfortable with. I'm gonna, someone said something to me, and I didn't really think it was a very nice comment on the channel, but I'm gonna bring it up because someone brought up that they don't like the way that I set up my camera or the things that I do. I don't have the ability, honest to God, and I shouldn't have to explain this, but apparently I do. I don't have the ability to go above head right over here because this thing, which is supposed to be like a typewriter, doesn't go all the way out. Now, if it went all the way out, I would be able to do that. But since I can't do that with this desk, because when I got it, it wasn't made for when I was going to be live streaming. I didn't realize at the time that how much I was going to be live streaming at the time I did when I started this. So, hence, it's not always a straight line to things. So this is number 23 in the Castle Arts. Even though I know it's Crayola month, a picture like this requires that I use other pencils. I tell people you can use whatever you have at your disposal. Use some of those Miss Garden pencils, some of the brands. So I got rid of almost all my tan knit markers on gel pens because last night I was coloring the mandala and the thing blocked. What it did was it went freaking, I don't know how it exploded or why it exploded, but it apparently exploded, and in my hand all the gel was all over my hand, so I had to literally go downstairs and wash it all off. Did not come off easy, I tell you, especially the glitter ones. So I wasn't happy about that. But now that I have the new color, I have new gel pens in the color. So it makes me happy to know that I have other gel pens. And I'm not solely relying on just one thing. When we start off, we rely on one thing, and then we start getting more and more stuff, and then we're like, oh, I may not use this month. I may not use that this month. So now we're on the this is misconception about mistletoe being a certain color. It doesn't have to be. This is glitter brick. Welcome back, Kim. Don't get me wrong, the color in Heaven calendar was beautiful, but the price was a little higher than I would have liked it to be. You know, sometimes I see a beautiful book and I'm like, oh, I like that, but let me see the price tag. You know, nowadays everybody's like, oh, we have to be. And it's true, you do have to be a little bit more careful about where you're buying too, because some of these places are trying to rip you off. I'm not saying that everybody's trying to rip you off. Just be careful where you go get your stuff, because sometimes you see an item that looks good, but doesn't mean it's necessarily reputable. So this is number 55. You see, this is the one that we did a long time ago. This one, the one behind it, is the Hannah Lynn November one. I don't know why it's autofocusing. It never used to do that before, but now it's doing it. And see, I can't stream from the Microsoft browser. I have to go via through Google Chrome. Look how nice this sharpens. This sharpens everything, the Swordfish. It's my favorite sharpener. Oh, and I broke my Tagal. I didn't mean to break my orange Tagal sharpener. I was looking for something, and then I heard something else drop, and then all of a sudden I see that the whole thing came apart. So I took all the stuff and threw it out. I was like, I'm thinking maybe this week we'll start coloring everything that isn't finished for the year that I am working on. That's a work in progress. You know, I'm also thinking about going back into the Daria Song books, because a lot of those books, I was looking at my Daria Song books recently, and I'm like realizing how much I colored in them when I first started. I'm like, wow. You know, it's like sometimes you go through certain books and you're like, oh my goodness, the evolution that you've done. Because, you know, we all have these books where we've had them from the beginning of our coloring, and we're like, you know, you look at them and you see a real evolution sometimes in them. How would you have colored that differently had you known this or that? I think even Johanna's books are like that for me. Lower that. Please, I don't want to get a copyright strike. See, my mother's home when I'm streaming today, so. But yesterday I took a walk and got some things, so it was really interesting. And then I picked up like last minute little things, you know, you need for things, so. You know, I went for a walk yesterday just so I could have some. I needed to walk and clean my head. Today it's raining. Now it's, what was it before? It was raining this morning, and then it was light.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I can't use that on that because then I break that in there. And this is number 19. These are castle art. I saw someone do a pencil review. I think it was Rita of RV Dreams Art. She actually showed these pencils called Magic Fly pencils. They were really, really very, very interesting pencils because I had never seen them, but they looked really a lot like castle art pencils. So I like using different things. So number 110 and number 109. Some people look at complicated pictures and they go, no, 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 we can't do that. I go, why not? There's no rule that says you can't do a complicated picture. But some people see these giant pictures and they're like, I can't do big pictures. And the idea that I have is break it down by section. Like that's how you would do a curvy picture. Even a Tomislav Tomic picture, sometimes you need to do that. Take it section by section. Don't think about how big it is. Think about how fun it is to do. You see the little holly. One little thing of this and it just becomes like, there's my cream. Salmon pink. I know you're here still, Michelle. Cream. And then I need to make her I'm not sure that's. We'll do a little pink here. And that's rose pink. Oh, are you DP and Spiral? If my memory serves me correct. Is that the diamond painting you're doing? Silver gray. This is just to give it a little bit of a paler shade. You use silver gray when you want to get a little bit of a paler shade, a little bit more of a natural color feel to it. That was what I was told to do. Here's my apricot. I don't have my apricot. So guys, I don't have a color here and I need it. I will pick that up later. Oh, that's nice. I have it in a bunch of spare pencils, so apricot. This is from the Pablos. Hello, Selena. How are you? Granite Rose. I'm good, you know, with everything going on. The governor today announced that he'll be closing part of Staten Island down. That's the orange zone. So still in pink. So you know we're 48 minutes into this. Apricot. I don't know what happened to my original apricot, but luckily for me, and no, I do not have Kauai Christmas. So do not ask me about Kauai Christmas because I do not have it. I'm waiting to see if they're going to come out with the grayscale of it. I'm hoping they come out with the grayscale because they've come out with grayscales of all their other ones. Then we still have the bottom to do. Look how much is left in the bottom to do. This is just a little part of it. That's the more screen. That's horrible, but what can you do in this climate? You know, we're lucky in New York that they're only closing down part of Staten Island, but see it still, you don't want to see anything shut down. No, it took businesses so long to get back. And me and my mother will be eating the leftover pasta that we made 2 nights ago. Yeah, I did a lot of cooking with my mother. So we're cooking together these days, me and my mother, which has been an interesting experience. Today I made for breakfast, I made me and my mother blueberry pancakes, which turned out very well. My mother enjoyed them actually a lot. I cooked them, I made them, so. I've also been enjoying making coffee. I bought a Christmas blend, the Christmas blend flavor of the ground coffee of the Christmas blend from Starbucks. It really is very, very good, actually, the Christmas blend. So we've been drinking that. Let me just see if there's any other place this little green thing shows up. I could try to make certain areas look the same if I can make them look the same. Especially as far as leaves go, because my leaves don't come out always the most perfect way. Dark green. These are the Pablos. But you see how the picture starts to come together when you start to do it. Brown ochre. Ochre. So the next colors we'll have is purple and red. This is red. The little insides are going to be purple of the berry. The outsides will be red. And this is vermilion. But the vermilion in the Pablos looks like a red. It doesn't look like an orange. It looks more like a red. Sometimes vermilion in some sets looks more orangey, and then in other sets it looks more red. Depending on which one you want. Like the vermilion in the Prismas looks more orange, but the vermilion in the Pablos looks more red. These bubbles, I'm going to do them in purple and red. And this image is from the Color in Heaven calendar Selena, it's the 2021. It's not the 2021. I've done quite a few images in this calendar. I haven't finished it, but this image just spoke to me because we already did the November image, I think in last year when I got the calendar, but I never finished doing the calendar. And that's something that I've always felt bad about, that I didn't work on the calendar as much as I should have. I think for the acorns, I'm going to make them like a yellowish color, yellowish brown color. Just the big bubbles, I'm doing like that differently. So Color of Heaven has some really amazing artists in their stable. I like the ones where I get multiple artists. Like I love their Christmas and Halloween ones because that's how I got introduced to people like 1977 Gothic Alchemy, Ananis Guerrero, Lisa Matrokin, Lemon Shortbread, the guy who did the Alien book, the Alien special. I forget his name. But the nice thing about the Color in Heaven special, it's a good way to learn about other artists too. And it's guys that I focus on one thing instead of focusing on multiple things. Like, okay, I'll focus on these bubbles, then I'll focus on his skin. And sometimes the picture looks so overwhelming, but then you start to see somebody else doing it, and you're like, oh, okay. When I first got Kirby's books, I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this because it's so busy, it's so detailed. And then as I started watching other people color it, I go, oh, okay, now it doesn't look too bad. Then you see that the picture as it comes in, it starts to. And this picture is by Adele Lorraine. Selena. She's known as Meadow Haven on social media. She has one coloring book out, which is the Meadow Haven book, which was a Kickstarter. Now, the only way to buy the book, because it was a Kickstarter, I think about 2-3 years ago, is she has digital versions of it, so you can buy it as a PDF on her Etsy site. She is like really an amazing artist because she has really amazing pictures in her Meadow Haven book. I also enjoyed The Mandalorian this week. I found the episode funny. Yoda was fun. Baby Yoda is always funny. Just the looks when he's just purely enjoying things, he just enjoys them. You can begin to see the berries. This is going to be like brown pine cones. I'm trying to see if there's any more little berries that I need to do. Put them away. Cream. Cream. Veronis. Veronis. Green. Cream. Apricot. Granite rose. I'm going to borrow from the Christmas. eggshell. And I don't see my nectar there, but nectar, very lightly with the nectar. I'm not going to put on a whole lot of nectar because it's a darker color, but I'm just going to go really light with it because it just gives you a little bit of shape, make him a little bit of darker, make him a little bit different than the girl. Make him a little darker color than the girl. Then light peach in the prismas. The boy's going to look different than the girl, but I always think when you have two people or two fairies or whatever, two of anything, that they should look slightly different in skin tone. But that's just my opinion because everybody does something different with the way they use their pencils and their skin tone. Then you do that. I'll tell you right now, Prisma has a lot of nice greens in it too. That's what I got with it. Garneries green. Relax, guys. This is not going to be all the same greens, so we'll vary up the greens now and then. And this is Vernice Green. This is the from the Pablos. Hi, Molly Newland. Hello, Coloring Queen. We are coloring from the Color in Heaven calendar. This is Adele Lorraine layer. If anybody who's coming in is wondering, you guys may know Adele from Meadowhaven. She has an Etsy shop too. So this is the December picture. So how have you been? How's David and how's your cat doing, Millie? For everybody that doesn't know, Coloring Queen has this beautiful, beautiful white cat that she names Millie. And sometimes Coloring Queen, when she's filming, Millie will video or photobomb the picture. She is a really beautiful cat, your cat, Layer. So, I color all kinds of things. I've been coming on later because it's a little bit easier to come on later, and that way I don't feel like I still anybody else this time. And sometimes I'll come on and the internet and I'll see like 4 or 5 people streaming out. Like, nope, not doing it now. We have used Holbein's, Castle Arts, Polychromos, Trismus on these things. Millie is laying on her keyboard now, making life very difficult. Millie is a Himalayan, Siamese in person, so she has little gray ears and tall paws and blue eyes, ice cold blue eyes. Well, you know what they say about ice cold blue eyes, right? That she's a White Walker if you watch Game of Thrones. If you watched Game of Thrones, remember when we had that big Game of Thrones? To this day, I'm still a big Game of Thrones fan. She is beautiful. She is really beautiful. I think your cat just wants attention, Leia, if she's laying on your keyboard. I'm gonna take a little tiny break from that. And we're gonna go and do something we don't do often. And take a little break from putting the green in. Leah. Light ochre. Oh, I wanted those to be more brown. But that still could work. The pine cones. Which I like the pine cones. Does she still hiss at you? You know, I think animals are like human beings. We all want love and affection. Rescue cats take a really exceptional person to, because rescue animals take a lot more work and time and patience to go through them. See, this is not a pine cone. But you see how the picture comes. Sorry, guys, I'm looking for something in particular. I keep dropping everything. That's the problem with this. Aww. Means they love you. Carmine. Sometimes, when we lose something, our animals provide great comfort for us because, I always said that animals are like our second family. This is my swordfish layer. This is like the best sharpener ever. It is a nice calendar. This calendar I like, but I didn't get the new one for 2021. It was just, at this point, I'm like, I have more than enough, and I'm like, at this point, I'm trying to conserve my money. So I'm hoping that 2021 we'll have a vaccine and I'll be able to get back to work. Oops, that was his foot. Didn't realize that was his foot. We'll just say yes. Well, I've done some of the calendars, but then I lagged off because I had other projects like, what's the book that I really seem to like that I'm coloring in order right now? Fairy Touch of Magic. I've done 2 images. I'm on my 3rd image in that book already. So, no, some books are, you don't want to say it, but some books are you like coloring more than others. Apricot. I still have images from the Kelly O'Gorman calendar that I hadn't done. I got that to Cute Animals. I just have to figure out how I'm coloring it. Like I like to have an idea. I have so many whips and so many different books. It's not even funny. Then when I went on vacation, I went on vacation this year to the Pocono, to the Catskills, because my mother decided to. Yes, just got a notification that Michigan just certified Joe Biden's claim that he won the election. I got that one. So Michigan just certified that he won. So you see how when I'm done with this, I'll show you what we've actually colored in this book. But I have the Kelly O'Gorman. I'm like that too. And I also got the color gel pens. But what happened last night was I was using my Tamnet, which was my older gel pens. I got the color gel pens because they were on sale for for half off, because they started off at like $80, then they went to $60, and they stayed pretty much at $60 for like ever. And now they're like a little less than $40. So I'm like, okay, now I can buy them. Now they're at a reasonable price. See, some people say that leaves drive them crazy. They don't bother me as much, but the only thing that I don't like about leaves, and I'll tell you right now what I don't like about leaves, is when they get to be like this. When it's all leaves all the time. That's why you have to color. It is a sweet book. I think I have it. Hold on, guys. I think I have that book. Every once in a while, I gotta get up from my chair. My old chair, the wheel came off of it, so I'm using my other chair, which this chair is not the most comfortable, guys, to sit in. I'm gonna let you guys in on that secret right now. So if you see me get up, it's only because, see, this is Symphony of Cute Animals. It's really tiny. So I want you guys to see that this is really, really tiny. Look at these images. Aren't these cute? This is the New Kanuko book for those people who haven't seen the New Kanuko book. I was looking for this book. I thought I was going to color in it today, and then suddenly I decided, nah, it's better to color something that's seasonal. This is more like a summertime, springtime book for me to color in. See, I bought mine from Etsy. I've been having a really hard time buying from Amazon Japan. I don't know if it's just a problem with the thing with it, so I don't know. Isn't that book adorable? Even if you don't color in the pics. Yeah, I wasn't going to get it until I saw Miss Robin with it. Yes, this is Miss Robin's fault that I got enabled to buy it. And Miss Robin goes to me, no, you enable more than anybody. That's not true, because I've seen so many books, guys. Exactly. So it's just like I couldn't buy it from there, but I could buy it from the Etsy sellers. And even that was a problem because I had bought it from living in Tokyo, and then living in Tokyo had a cheaper price, and then I couldn't buy from them. They had a problem with it, and then they wanted to charge me an extra $10 for it, and I was like, no. And then I decided to buy it from who did I decide to buy it from? Oh, I'll tell you who I decided to eventually buy it from. Cool Craft. Now, the people that I tend to buy the books from tend to be Moon and June. Cool Craft Book and Sunday's Books are the two vendors that I trust the most on Etsy when it comes to international books. You know, I want to get Imaginary Friends by Carolina Kubakoska. I just can't afford the shipping. The shipping is almost as so. Robin laughs because she knows it's true. So then when you want to change up the color, you can change up the color. Sorry guys, I always like to change up my greens. Wish I knew where my Black Widows were. Not knowing where my Black Widows are. Thank you, Michelle, for the super chat, guys. You know what's funny is I gave some of my and some of you know, guys, I was trying to make room for when things came, because when the floor was being like when I was in the process of getting ready to have the floor be, my mother was in that process of getting the floor redone. You guys know this for a fact that I was giving away books, going through my books. I gave some of my books to my nieces who were like 2 or 3, like some of the more, interesting stuff. And this is May Green. Now, Miss May would like that. That's May Brock's. When I was going through the things for that. And this is Hooker's Green. Please, guys, do not laugh at the color names. They're funny. Some of the colors, I tell you, some of the colors that you find in these places are funny. The only thing I didn't put in is the Crayola. There's so many different greens that you can use on a picture. I think we will be going 2 hours today. I have so many cute books. I have some weird ones. I even remember having a book that I liked, which had the prettiest dresses, but the artist went nuts on me. She only did ever 2 books, and the artist went nuts on me for showing the book. And Coloring Queen, I think you have that exact same experience. That her book wasn't meant to be a coloring book, she said. It was meant to be an art book. You remember them. The artist did not want them to be shown. See? This is... And you can alternate it too and make it dark here. This is May Green. I think today we need the 2 hours. I was expecting a pen today and it didn't come because it's the post office as usual. It is late. Some of you know also that I got into diamond painting this year, so. No problem. Oh, I'm like, I would think that you would want the work. I still have those 2 books. Believe it or not, I got those 2 books because of you. If I believe to be correct, I believe these were the 2 books. If you guys remember this, I think these were the 2 books, right? Maya, were these the 2 books? Were these the 2 little books? I know. Now watch. I'll get in trouble. I started coloring it because I liked your images so much, but I guess I never finished it coloring it because what was this? Hishiki Minnesota. I put both of them because I should take that really out, but that's not really the point. So watch. I get copyrighted strike for that. Yeah, people call me a nitty boy. No, and people call me an enabler. I remember that too. I feel so bad. Like, here's the thing about when you get a book or if you publish something. Sometimes, here's the thing. People work really hard and they don't like negative reviews or they don't like the way something is written or said. And you have to remember that sometimes people take things in a way that's not meant to be offensive, but excuse me, it's an opinion. It's your opinion, and they want your opinion to always be positive. But when your opinion isn't the way that you want them to write it, they get all mad and like bent out of shape. It's meant to be. Then companies get mad when they don't get what they want. You should do this. You should do this. No, that's not the way reviews work. And different people have Exactly. You buy that with your money, and here's the thing that people also forget. Once the book leaves your control, you have no control of where the book goes when people buy it. People should be happy that books are being bought in the first place, but that's not the way that people see their books. People see their books and their things as their babies, their property. You have to remember that not everybody sees. Excuse me, that's like, excuse me, I would think that they would be happy for the review and that they would get an honest feedback, but people only want, here's the thing, when you're a bookseller or you're a company and you're trying to get out there, you want only positive reviews. You don't want reviews that are too critical because, oh, you could have done this better or you could have done that better. That's like, to them, that's like, oh no, you didn't like a book because you wrote something that criticized the way this person wrote the book, or they criticized the way the book gets drawn. No, your job is to give an objective review. I'm sorry, but to me, I buy something. Let's say I buy your ice cream. It tastes terrible. I'm like, excuse me, but food is different. But someone worked hard to make that food, but it may have been too spicy. It may have been a perfectly fine thing. But the person who made that food may feel very hurt because it's their work, it's their effort that they have put into it. This is leaf green. Some people feel like, oh, you're not giving my product a fair thing. No review is ever going to be the way that somebody wants it. If I enjoy your book, I'll give you an honest review. If I like your coloring book, I'll give it an honest review. Now, I know certain things that people can't change. And I tell people before they ask me to review something, I'm going to be honest with you. That does not mean it's going to be a great product. I don't accept Arteza products because I don't really like them very much anymore. That isn't a personal thing against the people there. It's just that I do not like the product. Here's the thing that you can take from a review. And an author said reviews are not there to help sell books. They're there to inform consumers whether or not this would be a book that they would like. A book review is not there to sell books. It is to promote the product. Well, then do a book promo tour or do a book blitz. When reviewers get told that they have to write a review a certain way, that makes reviewers not want to do your work. That makes them not want to work with you. Oh, I'm sorry. When someone tells me how to write my review or how to film a video, it makes me not want to work with this company. To me, I'm going to do what is my thing. I buy a lot of my books on my, I've bought almost, I would say 95% of the books that I have in my coloring book collection, I have bought. Almost all my reading books I have bought, unless I get them from a conference like Book Expo or I get them from that gallery. But I disclose that I'm getting them from there. Thank you. A reviewer should be an honest opinion about something. It shouldn't be like, and people have this misunderstanding that, oh, you should be writing glowing reviews all the time. No, you're not going to write glowing reviews all the time because that's unrealistic. It's unrealistic to expect reviewers and bloggers green gold. It's unrealistic for people to think that all book reviewers are the same too. You know, I had this guy who thought I was the same person as this other person, and I go, no. That person writes very different style reviews than me. I am not her. This is green gold. No one should tell anybody how to write a review. Because a review is someone's opinion. It's not. No, you know what? I wouldn't work with that company again, Robin, because even if they have something you want, I'm like, I'm sorry, I bought this book with my own money. I'm not gonna write it the way that you want me to write it. Just because someone, well, he shouldn't have told you to change your review, because I think that's rude. I'm going to say right now, I think that's very rude to tell someone you need to change your review because you didn't like what was written in it. Excuse me, it's my opinion, and it's also about my objectivity. If I can't honestly say what's wrong with your book, then I have no business being a reviewer, because my job is to be impartial. Jade Green. It's unprofessional for them to ask the reviewer to change their review. Because when I read a book blog, I want someone's honest to God opinion. And when someone is being told to change their review to be a glowing review, even if it's a critical review, that's not the reviewer's job to do that for you. The reason why some of these book places like New York Times Review or some of the more prestigious book publications, that's because you know that these reviewers are actually honest. No, you're not hurting him. They have to write a better book, is my opinion. When you get a bad review from a reviewer, the good reviewers will tell you what needs improvement. Your review was critical, but you probably put things that they could have done better and how to write better, like the structure of the story. I felt like this was too fast-paced, or this was too slow. You didn't build up the relationship right with the characters. Or the characters felt unengaging and unintelligent to me. That's all you're saying, is that you didn't feel like that he captured that the book didn't work for you. And you said why the book probably didn't work for you. Not everybody can write glowing reviews. Not every book is going to be a glowing review. I've had some books where they were awful, awful, awful. And I got told one time when I was writing reviews that my review was mean-spirited. I go, how was my review mean-spirited? I simply said why I couldn't finish the book. Now, some people will say, well, that's mean-spirited. You didn't even finish the book. Not every book is readable to everybody. Now, don't get me wrong, I love coloring leaves, but this many leaves is hard to do. Excuse me, at 3 a.m., I'm sleeping. I'm not up at 3 a.m. 3 a.m., I'm sleeping. Thank you very much. That is not your job, Robin. You're a book reviewer. And you know, when you're a book reviewer, you have to be objective about the book. You went in, you read the book, it's your opinion. You know, you're not selling the book. You're selling your opinion. And I'm sure that there's probably another reviewer out there that would love that book. That book just didn't work for you. And when your readers come to your site or your blog or wherever you post your reviews, yes, but you know what it is too? You're honest. You have to be honest about what you like about a book. Not every book is going to be, wow, wonderful. I'm sorry, but that just is like hogwashing nonsense to me. This man, it's obviously wants everybody to like what he has to say. Does everybody know what this is? I'm adding these. Yeah, it's also Crayola month on my channel. Lay. So it's Lay. Why do I keep saying that? Spring frost. You can't be like doing everything everybody wants you to do. You have to be true to yourself. Hi, Jean. Reviews are subjective as the person. Exactly. He wants. Also, you have to understand that this is a business to him, and to him, if he gets more positive reviews, then his books sell. It's Crayola month on my channel, so I always try and incorporate some. No, you shouldn't have to make this man happy. These are your opinions, and your opinions are your opinions. Also, when people come to your site, they're coming to get your opinions, your viewpoints. And the best thing you can do for your audience is be honest about what you liked about the book or didn't like about the book. Tropical rainforest. Thank you. Someone tells me to change my rate, and I'm like, excuse me, I'm not changing my rating. When I was book reviewing, I never ever changed my book review. And I told the woman, I do not want to continue reading your series. But she goes, it gets so much better. I couldn't even get through the first book in the series. I'm so sorry. This is not working for me. Exactly. You don't have to justify your actions to anybody. If you don't like a book, or even if you don't like a coloring book, maybe the coloring book wasn't right for me. Doesn't mean it's a bad book. It just means it's not the right book for me. And you know what I do with books I don't like? I usually give them to somebody else who I think will like them. I've had a few issues of the Color in Heaven magazine where I didn't like them. Like the Aliens one. I didn't keep the Aliens one. I think who was that? Matthew Larson did that one. I didn't like that book, but I gave it to somebody else who I thought would like it even more because it wasn't the right fit for me. Doesn't mean it was bad. It was just not the right. This man also is trying to sell his product. And he thinks if he gives it, if he has more positive reviews, he can sell the book easier. You know, people forget what people will do to. You don't feed at trolls. You can't make everybody happy. One time ago, I learned you can only make one person happy in the world, and that's yourself. Maybe your kids if you have kids in your family. I'm sorry, at 3 a.m., I'm sleeping. Okay, that wasn't my phone because my phone's over there charging. This morning I kept getting phone calls left and right. Also, this morning I was looking at, I was checking my bank account and I noticed I had a charge. I have no idea where the charge is from because I know what I buy. It was not a small amount either. So basically I told my bank and called up my bank and said I did not make that charge. Yeah, I made the other charges, but the other debit I did not make. It was for a little bit of money, but still, at this point, I need to conserve my money. Thought maybe it was something I had bought a while ago, and I'm like, no, I didn't authorize that. I didn't authorize this. I didn't authorize that. Yes, that. Yes, that. I'm thinking, is it my current Heaven subscription? Is it my Netflix? Is it this? Is it that? I go, no, that was already paid. You shouldn't have to justify anything you guys do. When you write reviews, people come to you. What is TOS, terms of service? I'm not familiar with that term. Parrot green, the last green. This is like my favorite green in all of the Prismacolors. That might be in breach of contract. Sometimes when a company reaches out to me, I'm going to look at that company and see what they have too, because it might not be the right fit for me and what I want to do on this channel. I saw that same exact picture that I did the other day on the Mariola Blue Deck one, the Color and Heaven Mariola Blue Deck one. So we have gone almost 2 hours, guys. That is a record. See, this is from the Swordfish layer. This one sharpens everything. Polys, Prismas, Castle, Crayolas. You name it. Everything except the Stabilo Carbothello pastels, but you need a different sharper. Really? I didn't know that existed. Do you guys want to see what I've actually done in the calendar? Because I haven't done much, but I've done a few pictures. So this is from Adele Lorraine. This is Meadowhaven on Etsy. Is what her name is. I happen to know that because I do a lot of work with her stuff. I didn't know that you could do that with the terms of service. So I will show you guys what we have done in this calendar for this year. This is December's. So, what have we done? This is the calendar for 2020. I think we did this one. I've done this one, which is really nice. I like that one. As you can see. There's this one, which was by Nelik Schumacher. She's known as Hollow Moon Art. This one I started. This one was a funny one because I started it, I stopped it, started it, stopped it. That's the start. Okay, first of all, people can't demand 5 stars on a review. This is the Christine Karen one. 3 stars is not bad. Anything less than 3 stars is considered a bad review. 3 stars means it's an objective review, in my opinion. You gave an objective review, in my opinion. But I started this one, never finished it. So I did that's March. I never did March. Oh, I like this one. I've done this one. This is a Micah Gelina one. Thought this was really pretty, this one. I started this one, guys. We started this one. This is what month is this? This is June. And this is by Selena Fanac. That is demanding quite a lot, I think. I haven't done this one. This is an Ann Stokes one. She's the Dragon Lady. I call Ann Stokes the Dragon Lady. Nobody can demand that you do anything. August Z Von Z. I forget what pencils I used on this. This one actually came out better than I thought it was going to come out. I should pick a lighter purple. September, White Stag. You know, me and Ocean Pictures do not work very well. October. I have not done this yet. I have to figure out what I want to do with this because this is an October picture. This is an Ines Guerrero one. You know, this is one that's like, I have to have an idea when I do it. I just can't not do it. And this was the very first one we ever did in this book. Remember, guys, this was the very first one we ever did in this book. And this was the Hannah Lynn that we did. Yeah, this was the Hannah Lynn that we did in November. It's a really pretty book, one that we did. We did it with like all the different colors. I think I did because it had the pumpkin in it. And I was like crazy about doing pumpkins. So I still like doing pumpkins. And then this is the one that we finished doing today. So a little bit of everything. I really love the Lorraine style. And it tells you here what the design is by. This coloring calendar had a lot of people in it. So, yes, Michelle is back. So I want to thank you guys for coming. This is the calendar for 2020. So this is what we finished doing today, and I wanted to thank you guys for spending 2 hours with me. I know I came on a little bit later than normal, but that's going to be the thing. I don't know when I'm coming on anymore, or if I'm going to be coming on every day. I probably will not be coming on every day. Probably for Thanksgiving, I will not be coming on. That doesn't mean I want to. You know, I don't know if I'm coming on Thanksgiving or not because that's a day where I do a lot of me and my mother. We do a lot of baking. We do a lot of cooking together. Sometimes I do cooking the day before. Thank you, Leah. Leah. Why can't I not do names today, right? But I want to thank you guys for coming. So I hope you all have had a good time. And everybody, be good. Be thankful for each other. Stay safe this holiday. I really, really mean that. Try to stay as safe as you possibly can. And I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And may everybody Lee. 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 Yeah, Lee has enabled me more than anybody else in this community, probably, with those foreign books. So I want to say to everybody, thank you for coming, and I hope you all have had a great time. And everybody stay safe, healthy, and well. And I do not know who's streaming. Is Michelle streaming after me? Or I don't know if somebody else is streaming right now. Usually someone else is streaming right when I end. So remember to show everybody support in the community and pray for Donna and Donna's family right now because her husband has COVID as well. So pray for them too because they need. I want to pray for everybody who's struggling with COVID and any disease right now. So everybody, be well, stay safe. Bye, everybody.